What is up, everybody? It is Tuesday, November 12th. We had another great trading day. We actually ended up green. We took 3 trades. The first one ended up being stopped out at break even. The second one did get stopped out fully. And then the third one was the W that made back the loss from this one, plus some more. So let's get into what we were looking on the higher time frame. So as you guys know, I said yesterday how, we shouldn't really be looking to short much on all-time highs. We want to make sure that we have the right confirmation on the higher time frames to go short. So initially coming into the market today, we did bounce off of this 4-hour fair value gap again. So I wanted to see where this candle was going to end up closing, if we were going to close higher and then hold, and then to continue going higher up into the all-time high area. I ideally wanted to see us above this 4-hour fair value gap just to get that last bit of this wick as the trade that I wanted. So dropping down into the 1-hour time frame, the one thing that I was watching here was that we did have a 1-hour bearish imbalance that got invalidated, right? That became a 1-hour inversion fair value gap. So I was expecting price to hold this and then continue moving higher. So at the open, what I really wanted was a drop down into that IFEG and then to move back on up and then, raid these highs and then go through and close above that level right there, which unfortunately we did not get. So let's drop down to the 15-minute time frame. I think there was something else here, or no, unfortunately there was not. So the price action has been insanely choppy. It's very slow grinds up and slow grinds down. So there are not that many imbalances that form in the market for you to be able to understand exactly the direction of where it wants to go. So we're kind of just left with whatever we have, right? We have this 15-minute imbalance right there that price is tapped into once, twice, 3 times. Today was the 4th time, and we finally rejected off of that. So it's kind of difficult, right? It's very difficult. You just have to try to pick that side that makes the most sense at the time and then try to ride that wave. If not, then it is what it is, right? You look for the other direction. So coming into the open, we did have that drop down below. We took out these lows right there. We also took out that swing low right there. And then price starts to move on up. We come up to this high, we start to come back down. So the first thing I was watching was to see if this 1 minute imbalance was going to end up being invalidated, which it did. So I market ordered in right there, put my stop below the low, and my target was at least a 1 to 2. So this trade, I was targeting that 1 to 2, which is around the 50% mark of that 4-hour FEG, which was perfect. It did hit a 1 to 1.5. I think that was the max that it got. So that's why I put my stop to break even when we got this rejection. And then we started to move back on up, very close to my break even at first. So, it was just unfortunate. I was in some good green here, but not what I was looking for on the day. I don't take partials anymore like that. I want to be able to hit more 1 to 2s because I want to continuously have strong, consistent P&Ls every day. And so, yes, this one did get stopped out at break even. Totally fine. You can see the executions right there. I got stopped out. And so I just waited for more information to see what price was going to do. And we got this 1 minute imbalance on that stop out. And here was the clue that I should have gone short, which unfortunately I did not pay attention to. Price moves on up, invalidates that 1 minute imbalance. I market order in on this next candle, put my stop below this swing low right there. And then as price started to come back down, holding up that imbalance, right? You see here I marked out no close below, and this was the last chance for price. So because we were starting to move back on up and we invalidated this 1 minute imbalance, this very small one right there. Let me zoom in so you guys can see. That small 1 minute imbalance right there, because we got that and we traded back into it, I added more into the position and I put my stop under this one to equal this being 1R. Rather than what I originally had, okay? Now, I don't usually do that, but I was just so confident in the fact that we were going to go higher. We were holding that IFEG. That 4-hour FEG was also holding us well. So I felt confident that we were going to go higher, but we did have a failure swing high. This was a sweep of that high. I was in some nice profit here again, but price comes down, comes right back up, invalidates this bearish imbalance, but it respects this one. So I let it run to my stop and let it do what I had to do, right? So I got stopped out on that one. I'm down on the day. Sucks. I'm just waiting to see what price wants to do. At this point, price starts to come down. I wait to see, okay, what is price going to do in this area here? In this Q3, we accumulated here in Q1. We look like we're manipulating lower in Q2. Are we going to continue moving on up? So I wanted to see there be a 1 minute bullish imbalance, which got created. Perfect. Next thing I wanted to see is price going to hold us and continue bouncing off of that and then create one more bearish imbalance to get invalidated. That would be my entry. That would be my ultimate confidence on the trade. Very high probability. You know, it's a little later than usual, right? It's a little late in the entry, but you could still catch very good risk to reward on that. But as you can see, price disrespects it. So once this candle here closes below that imbalance, I market order in, I put my stop above the high, and this time I'm holding to the London low. Now that is not a 1 to 2, unfortunately. But I, at this point, was so mentally drained. Sorry about the mic. I was so mentally drained from these trades here, just being just so flabbergasted, let's say, at price, that I was like, you know what, a 1 to 1.8 is totally fine by me. But I will hold a runner. I will hold a runner to this previous day low from Monday, okay? I had a feeling that if we hit that, a runner would easily hit that. So this trade was super taxing to hold on to. It was very annoying, just like yesterday. Get in, immediately get a nice pump on up. Small down, pump back up, down, massive candle up, massive candle down, up, down, and then this random pump out of nowhere that puts me so red, the most red I've been in the entire trade. And I was so livid. I was so livid. But I said, you know what? It is what it is. Price is going to do what it has to do. If indeed the higher time frame does look bearish to me, I have to hold on to that conviction. And I'm going to hold this all the way through to my take profit of low of day. So here you see price comes so darn close to my take profit. All right. Here's the low of day. That's in this area right here. Look where price gets to. It's crazy. I was I was so upset that price pumps up out of that, but I held on. I didn't move my stop to break even either because I knew it was so manipulative today. Price moves on up, and then it starts to then come right back down, and thank God, hit right at my TP. And then I left my last runner to hit that previous day low, which as you can see, got fulfilled right there. Now I do have this other entry right here. It was because I forgot to take out a trailing stop that I had on my last position. I believe it was above this high right here. And then so that one got tapped in, and I saw it on my phone, so I quickly logged into my account and closed it out. But as you can see, we did bounce off of that low, and take a look. We are still holding that 4-hour fair value gap. All right, we just wicked through it. So what does that tell me? We are still consolidating in this area. Price is still wanting to be bullish. We actually mitigated this 4-hour fair value gap right there. Price looks like it wants to continue moving higher, but we will see what the overnight price action does. So hopefully you guys ended up green. Today definitely was a tricky read, same as yesterday, but not impossible. Just being patient will definitely pay you out in this game. So, but yeah, like I want to see a 4-hour fair value gap right this one right here get invalidated. I want to see a 4-hour close above that to feel confident that we're going to continue making a new high. If we fail to do that overnight, then we're going to continue going lower, potentially filling in the rest of this 4-hour imbalance right there. So yeah, guys, have a great night, and I will see you all tomorrow. Peace.